Hey everyone, hey dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ. Marie Paul Ross is a nun, an essayist, a writer, a speaker, specializing in sexology, which is kind of creepy and a little strange there. Wikipedia says that they give their little information about her. There's not much there, but in 1967, she officially became a sister of Immaculate Conception, and in 1976, she took her final vows, so she's a nun of an order of Immaculate Conception. I believe in Immaculate Conception, the Lord our God. He was born of a virgin, the Virgin Mary, and it's Immaculate Conception from God. This is true, but a lot of people, you got to be careful. If they bring in religious things, they may seem like they're for Jesus Christ, but other things show they're not for Jesus Christ, such as doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Here's Marie Paul Ross, the nun, Immaculate Conception lady, index fingers together, other fingers interlocked. The deception against us is great. It really is. A lot of people are false converts. A lot of people say I believe in Jesus and I do this and that and the other. And they're not. They're not for Jesus. They do other things like the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Moving on a little bit, combining this video, Big Mike, no, I'm not talking about Michelle Obama. Right? Michelle Obama, Big Mike. That's a joke that's been going around, and I made a video a little while ago that showed Big Mike exercising and whatever. I believe that video was AI and faked, but I do think Michelle Obama is Michael Obama, or Michael whatever, and it is a man. I do believe that, but that's not what this video is about. Big Mike is a he says, true confessions of a cannabis entrepreneur. I am a person that has used a lot of cannabis in my life. In junior high and high school, I had a lot of friends and we had a lot of fun. And, I don't think it's like 100% negative. I did have a lot of fun doing that. I'm not saying it's right, but there's a lot of things in cannabis. THC is one of the ingredients in cannabis that gets you high. But there's such a thing as CBD, which has benefits but does not get you high. And that's what people with epilepsy and children with seizures and all those other things, it helps them. So before you get all weird here with me, cannabis is not totally evil. It's a natural plant that God made, and I'm not promoting it to get high and just hang out all the time and whatever. But I'm saying, like, children that have seizures, it has been proven scientifically that it helps them. People with depression, it can help them. People with body pain, it can help them. I'm not necessarily promoting cannabis because I don't use it like I used to. I do use CBD now and then just to relax muscles and to have that, to feel better about myself and whatever. I don't make a habit of it, but I can admit that I still use CBD at times. It doesn't get you high, but it relaxes muscles and it does other things. There's a lot of people that use cannabis for medical reasons. And again, I'm not dismissing that. I'm not necessarily promoting it. But I would say, out of all the things in the world that we can be against, hard drugs, alcohol, and other things, cannabis isn't that bad. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not promoting cannabis, but I've used a lot of it in my life, and it has been helpful. I'm not trying to say, let's get stoned and watch a movie and be all out in outer space and weird and whatever. No, but cannabis without THC, using CBD, which is a real thing. CBD helps children with epilepsy and seizures, and it helps adults with epilepsy and seizures and other things. There's something to it. There's definitely something to it. We shouldn't just dismiss it and throw it out with the bathwater. But I will get into this. Big Mike, what does Big Mike do? Well, he's got a mansion and a fancy looking car. What's he doing with his hands there? Can we zoom in? Oh, he's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Index fingers together, other fingers interlocked. I'm just trying to be real with everyone all the time. Like, I've been a person that grew up and I had a very nice childhood with my mom and grandparents. I can't complain about that. In junior high and high school, right? We started smoking cigarettes. Oh, let's smoke a joint here or there. That's nothing, right? Like, it's just you smoke a joint and you laugh a little bit. And I don't think there's like that much wrong with that. And at the same time, I don't want people getting stoned and getting like, I want people to be sober. I want to be sober. I don't want people to like abuse these things. But again, when you research cannabis, THC is the molecule that gets you high. I don't want that in my life. CBD is a molecule that helps relax muscles and it helps people with tremors. It helps people with a lot of disorders like epilepsy and other things like that. It really does help. I know that because I've researched it a lot and I can see like if a child is having a seizure and then the parent puts some CBD on their tongue and then it like in a minute or less it stops doing that, there's something to that. I am not for hard drugs. I've never done cocaine or heroin or any of these other things. I was into psychedelics a little bit, like mushrooms and acid and stuff in high school. I did get into that, but I do not promote that at all anymore. I think those are gateways to demons, and people need to stay away from that. But when it comes to cannabis, I don't want people getting high and being like, I'm so baked and whatever. But there's certain things in cannabis, like CBD, which does not get you high, and they can isolate that molecule and they can help people with it. It does stop seizures and it helps with muscle relaxant. It helps people to not be so paranoid. It helps people to lose anxiety. It really does do that. I want everyone to know I'm not promoting cannabis here. I'm not promoting getting high every day. But I would say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Understand that there's molecules in cannabis that can help children, adults, etc. with real problems like epilepsy and seizures. It's been proven. It like I've seen people like again do that to their children. Like here, my child's having a seizure, which is horrifying. I don't have kids, but I can imagine how horrifying that is. And then they put a drop of CBD on their tongue and it stops. That's all I'm saying, but let's rewind. So the nun here is doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Mary Paul Ross, right? She's a nun, but she's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Fail. Big Mike is a cannabis entrepreneur, right? And what does he do? He's got a fancy car, a fancy mansion. What's he doing on his hands there? Let's zoom in. He's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Index fingers together, other fingers interlocked. This is all deception. But God made certain things for medicine in the world. And I do believe cannabis can help certain people. I'm not trying to promote it. I'm not trying to promote like recreational use or people getting high and just not paying attention. But there's certain molecules in cannabis, like I said, CBD, which I've used in my life, and I know it helps with inflammation and body pain. And a couple years ago, I was like trying to be super healthy, and I would like eat healthy foods and exercise and run and do my bike and all these things. I've been a little slack on that lately, but one of the things I did use at that time was CBD oil. And it didn't get me high. I wasn't trying to get high off it, but it helped with body pain and it helped with like inflammation and even such a thing as fibromyalgia, where people struggle with their body parts being inflamed and in pain. And it does help with that. It really does. So I hope you guys understand this. I'm not here to promote drug use. Far from it. But I think cannabis, in the right situation, it's not that horrible. There's good benefits from it. And I'm not saying getting high from cannabis is a good thing. I've done a lot of that in my life. And like, my friends and this, that, and the other, we did a lot of that. But I'm saying take out the THC, use CBD or something else like it with a combination of things, and it can help people. It really can help people. Okay? So again, let's figure this out. A nun is part of the Sisters of Immaculate Conception. But what does she do? The Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Big Mike, the cannabis entrepreneur, not Michelle Obama, he's hanging out in his mansion with a fancy car. What's he doing on his hands? The Uttara Bodhi Mudra. So let's keep this in mind. Cannabis can be very strong nowadays. The THC levels are very strong. I don't want people using that or abusing that. I really don't. I'm not here to promote cannabis, but I'm saying I've used a lot of it in my life. It hasn't been horrible the whole time. And later in life, the last couple years, I've used CBD, which is a molecule from cannabis, but it doesn't get you high. It relaxes muscles and tension and other things. And I think honestly too, it like takes away some paranoia and some stress in your life and anxiety. It does do those things. So brothers and sisters, let me know what you think in the comments section. Another video, another day closer to going home with God. Brothers and sisters, everyone else, God bless you.